If you've been browsing the dog puzzle space for any amount of time, you've likely come across the Nina Ottosson puzzle toys sold by Hound. Nina Ottosson is the queen of dog enrichment puzzle toys. Hound's Nina Ottosson toys have been the real forebearers into enrichment and normalizing giving your dog puzzles. These puzzles come in several difficulty levels, ranging from level 1 for beginners and level 4 for experts. Our goal today is to review all the Nina Ottosson toys out there. Well, okay, we're not reviewing all of them because there are over 20 different kinds, but we are going to review some of the most popular ones, and we'll be looking at a toy from each skill level 1 through 4, so you can decide which puzzle will work best for your dog. I'll also be timing my own dog Remy to see how long it takes him to complete each puzzle. Let me preface all this by bragging a little bit. Remy is one smart pup. He tends to really fly through these puzzle toys. I think it's safe to say that these puzzles will take most dogs longer to complete than they take Remy, just so you know. Okay, let's jump into the reviews. First up is the Tornado. This is a level 1 toy, which means it's very beginner friendly. The toy features several layers of spinning bone shapes that reveal food compartments underneath as the different layers are spun around by the dog. You'll assemble the puzzle by swiveling the layers around and filling the hidden compartments with treats. Since the layers are so easy to spin and move with a simple nudge of the nose, it's pretty easy for dogs to find the goodies as they sniff around the toy. It's a really nice, easy puzzle for dogs who are new to puzzles, or for dogs who are especially timid and might benefit from the extra encouragement of an easy puzzle. I tested this toy out with Meatball, one of our clients at the Rowdy Dog Manners class I help out with. Meatball made pretty quick work of this toy, turning the panels with ease to get all the goodies. It took Meatball about 2 minutes to complete this one. Next up is the Brick, which is a level 2 puzzle, so it's considered intermediate. For this puzzle, you have little bone covers hiding treats in the middle row, which are the easiest treats to access. You just pick up the bone and reveal the treat. But there are also these flip cover compartments on the sides, which your dog needs a bit more of some nuanced handling to open, although it is still relatively easy. They don't lock in or anything. Lastly, your dog can slide the red blocks over to reveal even more food compartments underneath. This one took Remy 4 minutes to finish. The Hide and Slide is another level 2 intermediate puzzle. The way the Hide and Slide works is that it has these fins that slide over holes that hold treats. But there are also slots inside these slider pieces. And when the dog knocks the slider over the hole on the opposite side, the treat falls out into the hole. I also like that these pieces are permanently attached to the device, which means you don't need to worry as much about your dog grabbing off pieces to chew or swallow. For the Hide and Slide, it took Remy 3 minutes and 40 seconds to complete. The Dog Casino is a level 3 puzzle, which is classified as advanced. The way this puzzle works is that the dog must turn the bone shape into its recessed slot in order to unlock and pull the drawer compartment holding the treat. So to load this toy, we'll turn all the bones into their slots, load up the trays, push the trays back in, and then turn the bone shapes. Okay, you can see exactly how smart my boy is. He knows he has to knock the bone into its recessed hole and then pull out the drawer. He's such a smarty pants. The Dog Casino took Remy 4 minutes and 42 seconds to complete. Hey, while I have you, don't forget to like this video to give it a big boost in YouTube's algorithm. It really is a huge help for our channel, so thank you. Okay, let's jump back into the reviews. The Twister is another level 3 puzzle. With the Twister, the dog needs to pull out the key locks around the outside of the circle in order to unlock the top panels, which can then be slid around to find the treats hidden in the compartments underneath. This one is pretty tricky as your dog needs to turn the puzzle sideways and pull the white locking mechanisms out. Our version of this puzzle has not held up super well. At one point, my dog chewed the key pulls a bit, which now makes them a little harder to shove in and out of the locking slots. And while a lot of the toys encourage pawing and clawing, my dog's experience with this puzzle feels especially loud. This one was definitely pretty frustrating for my dog Remy. For a while, he just kept pawing and clawing at the panels over and over and over. Yeah, it was a little frustrating for me too. But it was so exciting to watch Remy finally figure this one out and realize that he had to pull out the white key locks by grabbing the white pulls with his teeth. I was so proud when he finally got this. However, even after figuring out how the puzzle worked, sometimes he would just resort to beating this thing up. And to his credit, it did kind of work, so I can't complain with his methodology. The twister took Remy 5 minutes and 23 seconds to finish. Lastly, we have the challenge slider. With this toy, you'll pull out the tray underneath, load it with treats, and then slide it back underneath the panel. Your dog will then paw and push the sliders around to reveal each hidden treat below. The challenge slider took Remy a whopping 8 minutes and 6 seconds to complete. In just a second, we're going to reveal our top pick for our favorite Nina Ottosson toy. I think it might surprise you. But first, let's talk a bit about some best practices when using these kinds of toys. When you're starting off, don't be surprised if your dog needs a bit of guidance. Give them a few minutes to experiment on their own, but if they're struggling after several minutes or start to lose interest, try showing them how to access the treats. On average, a dog can take anywhere from a few minutes to half an hour to figure out a puzzle, depending on their familiarity with the toys and the difficulty level of the puzzle. Remember, the goal isn't to rush them through it, but to let them enjoy the process and the challenge. As far as cleaning, you are supposed to wash these with warm soapy water, but I have thrown some pieces in the dishwasher before and not had an issue. Now, let's talk about some potential risks. While these toys are super fun and engaging, some dogs might get a little too enthusiastic and try to chew or eat the compartment covers, especially when they're detachable. Many of the puzzles are designed to be as secure as possible and have the pieces attached to the puzzle itself, so they're really, really hard to rip off. But you'd be surprised how many dogs still manage to break off pieces. And there are puzzles that are purposely designed to have removable parts, so you'll have to be careful about that as well. Whenever you're giving one of these puzzle toys to your dog, you're always going to want to be observing them. You don't really want to leave your dog alone with these toys. This is important for their safety, as well as just observing how they work with the puzzle and how challenging or how not challenging the puzzle might be. If you have a reason to be concerned that your dog might eat the plastic pieces, you'll want to opt for the non-removable pieces. Generally, while these puzzles are great, I wouldn't recommend them for alone time. There are some cheap copycats on Amazon, but I'd avoid any ripoffs as the plastic tends to not be as high quality and may be more liable to split and hurt your dog. As you can see here, this plastic is quite tough and durable. They're also pretty reasonably priced. Each puzzle is usually $20 or less, I would say, so they're really pretty affordable. And actually, I've found that these puzzle toys are not unusual to find at Goodwills and other thrift stores. So, if you're a thrifter, keep an eye out for them. If you think these puzzles are cool, definitely consider checking out our canine enrichment course, Mischief Managed, where we show you even more awesome puzzles and games that will burn off a ton more physical and mental energy than just your boring old walk. So as far as our personal favorites, after initially testing out all these toys, I chose the challenge slider, since that one took Remy the longest to finish. But after using these puzzle toys on a regular basis for months, I've decided to change my top pick to the hide and slide. It's not as challenging for Remy, but it's so much easier to clean and deal with since it doesn't have separate unattached pieces. With the challenge slider, sometimes the squares would come off and it could be kind of annoying to reattach them. Not a huge deal, but enough that it was inconvenient. These puzzles are really fun, especially at first. But once your dog gets the hang of it, they can run through them so quickly that sometimes it hardly feels worth taking them out, especially when you have to hand wash all the individual pieces. Still, they're definitely a fun and mentally stimulating activity, and dogs really seem to enjoy them. And while some dogs make quick work of these puzzles, other dogs experience the puzzle as a new challenge each time they engage with it. This is especially true if you rotate through a few different styles of puzzles, so your dog doesn't get too adapted to a certain puzzle. If you've used any of these Nina Ottosson puzzle toys before, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments. What puzzle is your favorite and why? We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, thanks and have a great day.